Whoops, got my mic on now. This is file item 3, SB 1010, Senator Ashby, whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I tried to hang in there with you too, and I got called away. So thank you very much for letting me sneak back in. I appreciate it. Colleagues, I am here to present SB 1010, which is an Appliance Recycling Accountability Act. 1010 strengthens California's existing framework for managing hazardous materials removed from discarded appliances. Refrigerators, freezers, air conditioners, and other major appliances contain refrigerants and other hazards that must be properly removed before they are dismantled or recycled. When these materials are not properly managed, they can be released into the environment and contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. The impact of proper recovery is extraordinary, actually. For every refrigerator responsibly recycled, emissions are reduced by the equivalent of removing 1.5 cars for a year off of the road. While current law already requires hazardous materials to be removed, discarded appliances, the state has limited visibility into appliance recycling activity and whether these materials are being consistently and properly managed at the end of life. SB 1010 strengthens the existing certified appliance recycler program by improving reporting, increasing inspections, certification requirements, and most importantly, transparency. The bill also gives regulators better tools to oversee program compliance and target enforcement where it is needed. Since its introduction, SB 1010 has been substantially amended from an extended producer responsibility framework to focus on strengthening California's existing recycling and oversight systems. I would very much like to thank your committee staff, which has been helpful. We really set out on this idea because it was so important. And refrigerators and these particular appliances actually have end-of-life value, unlike some other things that are at the end of life. We really want to capitalize on that to make sure that they're recycled properly to help us reach our goals in the state of California. It is one area that is within our reach. So I really deeply appreciate your staff, very helpful. I think the bill is better having come through your committee. We've also reviewed the amendments submitted by the Recycled Materials Association. Look forward to continue working with them on the bill as we move forward. With me to testify today is Doug Cobalt, who's the Executive Director of the California Product Stewardship Council. Very happy to have him with me when you're ready.
Please. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Chair and committee members. I'm happy to be here as the sponsor of SB 1010, helping out Senator Ashby with this awesome bill. I come to you with over 30 years of solid waste and recycling experience, with at least a couple of those decades being directly related to appliance recycling and the proper management running solid waste facilities. To put it in perspective, there are somewhere between 1.5 to almost 2 million refrigerators units sold in California alone. U.S. sales were $19 billion in 2025. That's U.S., so you can do the math for the population of California. There are another 700 to 800,000 portable air conditioners that are sold every year into the market. This is the data that is available. There's also freezers, the dehumidifiers, personal refrigeration units, which are the small coolers that have gases in them as well. Those are not in those numbers. But if you just look at the number of certified appliance recyclers, we got to call them the CAR program, that are registered with DTSC, there's only 138 of them statewide. If you use the numbers I just cited, about 2.2 million units, that is 16,000 units per car that have to be processed each year, or basically 60 per day per car, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year. So that's a pretty substantial number. And that does not include all those others that we don't even have data for right now. This is where data is really important for us. We need to get to the data. Senator noted that earlier. We need to have an idea of what's being processed in California so that we can understand whether or not all of the appliances are actually being properly managed, degassed. There are a lot of other materials, not just the gas in there. There's also gas that's impregnated in the compressor oils. That has to be captured. There's capacitors, and there's a lot of processing that has to happen with these appliances before they can be put into a shredder for ultimate recycling. The need for the additional data is also critical for proper enforcement. We need to know, again, what is out there, what's not being reported, what's not being properly processed, what's just being off-gassed to the atmosphere. As the senator pointed out, that it has a large impact on our air quality and also on our ozone layer when these gases are released. A beautiful part about this bill is it also is going to provide funding to DTSC to actually implement this program. Currently, there's no funding that we can identify that DTSC has targeted specifically for the CAR program. So this will actually bring funding in there to allow DTSC to further their efforts to make sure that there is proper enforcement, that there's proper permitting of these facilities. The bill levels the playing field for the legitimate processors that are out there doing this right. They've registered with DTSC. They are trying to do their job the way that it is prescribed. The bill also authorizes the CUPAs to perform inspections on a regular basis. Those CUPAs are already out there at a lot of these solid waste facilities statewide doing their inspections of the solid waste facilities. And so they can now also have the authority to come in and actually do the inspection to make sure that the CAR program is running appropriately at the different sites. And so what we really appreciate the opposition's efforts to work with us to shift this bill from an EPR model to an improved enforcement structure, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Do we have additional support in the audience? Seeing none, how about opposition? Come on up.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. Ryan Flanagan on behalf of the Recycled Materials Association West Coast Chapter. And we have an opposed unless amended position on the bill. Very encouraged by the direction the bill has taken in terms of enforcement. We had great conversations with the author's office and sponsor. Still have a few concerns, particularly related to the fee as it relates to site visits with the department that could get really costly, which I know isn't the intention. And recycling facilities having to certify that the MRSH has been removed. Oftentimes when we buy them from cars, most of the time or many of the times when we buy these appliances, they've been crushed or baled, so it's almost impossible to do. I think these things can be worked out. We also had some ideas and suggestions that we think could help enhance the bill and further into the effort. We share the same goal in terms of cracking down on the bad actors in the space. So look forward to continuing those conversations, and hopefully we can get those ironed out over the next month or so. Thanks.
Great, thanks.
Mandy Strella on behalf of Rethink Waste in support.
Jason Schmelzer on behalf of the Solid Waste Association of North America and Californians Against Waste in support. Thank you.
Okay, and no other opposition? All right, so I think we got everyone at this point. Sounds like work is ongoing. Great, we will bring it back. Questions or comments from committee members? Not seeing any. Senator Ashby, invite you to close, and also wanted to commend you for the work on the bill. It looks like there has been some work with stakeholders to modify the bill, perhaps a few more ideas emerging, but really wanted to support your efforts. I think it's important to ensure these facilities that handle hazardous waste from appliances are regulated and have oversight from the appropriate state and local regulators. So there will be continued conversations on the bill. Please consult with us if we can be of help, as always. With that, I'm recommending an aye vote and would invite you to close.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much. Truly, we may ask your committee for help as we move along. We've tried very hard to be open to the opposition and move. Our goal here is really to effectuate an outcome of greater participation in appropriate recycling at the end of life. It's dangerous for workers to be around a non-compliant facility. This bill is ultimately a district bill because a member of my district brought it to me, a good actor who said it's really hard to do business in California and follow all the rules if you don't enforce against the people who don't. And so that's why I'm doing the bill. I want to help people. I want to help our environment. And we've been working on the bill for 3 years. We didn't introduce it until this year because it required a lot of research, and we've had a lot of help from committee staff to get to this place. So I'm deeply appreciative. And when you do have a quorum here, I would ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Sounds great. We are short quite a few members. I will look if we have a motion. And so, just in time. Wow. And I'm going to second
My
it.
hero.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and call the roll.
This is file item number 3, SB 1010, authored by Senator Ashby. The motion is due pass to the Committee on Appropriations. Connolly?
Aye.
Connolly, aye. Ellis?
No.
Ellis, no. Bauer-Cahan?
Aye.
Bauer-Cahan, aye. Castillo?
No.
Castillo, no. Lee? McKenna? Pappen? Aye. Pappen, aye.
All right. We'll keep that item on call. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Stan. All right.